Well, it's at least better than the third one. It might even be the best Beverly Hills Cop sequel. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to be talking about another Netflix movie, and this one is Beverly Hills Cop 4, which is officially titled Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. It stars Eddie Murphy, Judge Reinhold, John Ashton, Kevin Bacon, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and we get to witness Axel Foley doing his shenanigans yet again. 40 years after his unforgettable first case in Beverly Hills, Detroit cop Axel Foley returns to do what he does best: solve crimes and cause chaos. Now, when I had heard that there was a new Beverly Hills Cop movie coming out, I was a bit worried because I know that Netflix had purchased the rights to this film, and even right then and there, that was a big red flag for me. I was like, oh, this is going to fall into the typical algorithmic thing that Netflix tries to put out every single month, it seems like, with their terrible action movies, with the exception of a couple. I was just not getting ready to talk about this movie. I was really getting ready to roast this movie. Turns out Beverly Hills Cop Axel F might be the best Beverly Hills Cop movie since the first one. It is not better than the first one. But man, when I say I had a blast watching this, that's a big statement from me, since I'm not a big fan of any really original action movie from Netflix. Like, their original action movies just haven't lived up to what I think they should be living up. And I saw that the budget for this movie was 150 million, and I was about to say, where'd that money go? And honestly, where did some of that money go? I really don't see why a Beverly Hills Cop movie should cost 150 million dollars, but I had a blast watching this. I had fun watching it. It's definitely not as funny as probably the first one or the second one, but I think it had a better story than the second one. The second one, the only scene I really remember is the Gilbert Gottfried scene, and it's the best scene in the entire series. It's the funniest scene in the entire series. There's nothing in here that's going to be as funny as that scene, or as Axl Rose putting bananas in the— wait, it's Axel Foley, not Axl Rose. Not that guy. This guy. There's never going to be anything as funny as Axel Foley putting bananas in the tailpipes, him pushing somebody through a window, and him claiming that he got thrown through a window. That first one is comedic gold, but that Gilbert Gottfried scene in the second one is just— it's untouchable. The story here might not be as compelling or as original as you might think it'll be. It's one of the most predictable things ever. You know how these movies play out, especially when there's an estranged child, father, or mother type of deal going on here, and that's really what this movie plays into. I don't think Taylor Page was honestly all that great as Axel Foley's daughter as well. She was a little bit stiff with her acting, so some of the acting doesn't really feel like it's up to par. What it lacks in originality, it makes up for in charm. It's still really funny. It's still got some good action set pieces. You can see all the action in camera. The action is really fun. I mean, it's just, when you're watching Axel Foley just create chaos in the streets of Beverly Hills, there's really nothing better. In all of his shenanigans, you have to revel in the silliness of it, because that's really what this movie leans into. I was really afraid that they were going to take a straight up, like, Bad Boys action movie approach to this, and luckily they didn't, and I'm glad that they didn't, because I really, when I watched the trailer for this, I got that feeling where I was like, this is just Bad Boys but reskinned as Beverly Hills Cop. And Eddie Murphy feels like he hasn't left the role in a long time. He fits comfortably back into the role of Axel Foley, still up to his old shenanigans as usual, and Eddie Murphy is a lot funnier here than he has been in recent years and in his recent movies. This is the best I've seen Eddie Murphy in years, honestly. And it's such a nice change of pace to see him take on a more adult role again, and him cussing and swearing. You could tell that this is like his baby. He holds this thing. He is precious with this thing. He's like, they've been trying to get this off the ground for years, and it just hasn't come together, because he's like, we haven't had the perfect story for it. Like, what am I supposed to do? I don't want to do this movie if it's not gonna mean something to me, or if it's not going to be that great. If we can actually make it somewhat decent, then yeah, we can do it. And they pulled it off here, and it was great seeing John Ashton and Judge Reinhold back as Rosewood and Taggart. And I think that that's honestly the big crux of this movie, just seeing those three back together causing shenanigans. Judge Reinhold's not in it as much as I thought he would be. John Ashton's in it a lot more than I thought he would be. It was nice seeing their relationship come back to the center of the movie, and to see Axel really develop a relationship with this cop played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who I really liked in the movie. I thought that they had an interesting dynamic. Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character Abbott is a little bit confused at first. He knows who Axel Foley is. He's not 100% sure of the true extent as to how he is, but once he learns about everything, he's just like, okay, yep, let's do you, man. Let's go for it. And I love those aspects. The action, the humor, the camaraderie between everybody in this movie is the big charm. It still has a lot of heart, even if it's lacking in originality. And it's honestly lacking in character development because I didn't care about anybody else in this movie other than Axel Foley and Rosewood and Taggart. Maybe it's because those are the three original characters that we followed throughout all three of these movies. I didn't really care about his daughter, and I think it's just because I found Taylor Page to be really stiff in the role. And Abbott didn't have much going for him as a character. Kevin Bacon is the villain. He's, typical villain in this. He's nothing special here. Films the scenes, takes his paycheck, goes home. That's what he does. He's adequate enough, but I wouldn't say he's the biggest, baddest Beverly Hills Cop villain you could ever think of, because he's not that. It doesn't do anything better than the original does. It does a few things better than the second one does. It does everything better than the third one does. I was surprised with how much fun I had with this movie. I had a blast watching it. It's Netflix's best action movie in years, and it doesn't fall into that algorithm that Netflix has with these action movies. In a way, yeah, but with a lot more heart. It felt like there was a lot more passion behind this. Felt like there was actual effort instead of just slapping something together like Trigger Warning with Jessica Alba or any shitty action movie with Gal Gadot or Jennifer Lopez that they've been cranking out for the past 2 years. I really enjoyed Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F, with 3/4 of a bucket of popcorn. There you go. I can't believe it because I seriously did like a Netflix movie that was original. It is Netflix's best action movie in years. So if you have seen Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F, let me know what you think of it in the comment section below. I'll leave my link to my website in the description below as well. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. My name is Alex Madden, and I'll see you at the movies somewhere.